Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet on Monday, April 29th. Okay, and so the first thing we're going to do is when 10 o'clock started, we know that the New York kill zone is right here. So that's obviously we just am turning through this. So when we start the hour, what do we see? Well, I'm going to put my pointer on here. We see that this is now a breaker block, right? But did we take out any liquidity out here? Well, actually, we did. Some liquidity is taken there. But here's what happened. If you open up this day, and 9:30 is, let's put 9:30 on here, right there. 9:30 is right here. Okay, so there's 9:30 a.m. Opening bell. So we started price at 17,915 area, right? Like right in here, okay? Well, let's see where Friday closed. Because this is Monday. Friday closed at like 17,838 area. And so if you had RT, regular trading hours, it'd show you this, and it'd be all the way up here. So all of this. So when price it started at 9:30, and it came up, and the Judas swing up, took out all this liquidity from the overnight, Sunday and Monday morning, and then it comes down. Why? Well, it already swept liquidity, and it needs to come down here, and we filled in this regular trading hours gap back down to Sunday, right? Sweep the low here for Sunday. And then now we have a market structure shift to go higher, right? So that's why this is down. There's no news during this time, I don't believe. There's no SMT right here, but there is regular bullish divergence. And put the crosshairs back up. So this high is higher than this one. Not by much, and this low is lower than this peak, right? Doesn't have to be by much, and if you wanted to expand it, you could see it's way different, right? So that's a trick. You can always expand it to see. So even though they're really close, you really want to expand it. So like, let's say like these ones, this peak and this peak is really close together, right? Kind of. When you expand it, I mean they're way different. Okay, so that's how you want to do that. So that's Kraken correlation. Let's look at the volume candles. There's some volume candles going up. This is just a nice normal trickle down. A little bit more volume here, and then going to be more volume punching through the breaker. Okay, let's turn that off. Kraken visuals. We got 5-minute fair value gaps. 5-minute fair value gaps, which may hold as resistance because they're bearish fair value gaps. Okay, so let's turn on. Let's give you a sneak peek at the Kraken PO3 multiplier. So there's the hourly candle, right? This is the previous hour. Okay, which is from 9 to 10. It's 9 to 10 right here. Okay, and then we just opened right here. That's this candle. So this candle right here is the previous hour. This is the current hourly candle. So what do we want to see? Open, low, high, close if we're aiming to go higher, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to keep that on. This is going to be added to the indicators here sometime this week, I hope. Waiting for one thing to get fixed on it, and then it's ready to go. Right now, you get all 4 of my personal indicators. You get the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro, the Kraken Visuals, the Kraken Correlation, and the Kraken Volume Profile, all for $29 a month. One time, you pay one fee, $29 a month. You get all 4 indicators, and then soon I'll be adding the Kraken PO3 Multiplier, so you get all 5 for $29. And then at some point, next week or two, possibly 3, depending on when I get it done, we'll get added the Kraken time cycles, which I use a lot. So as I'm using it, I keep adding things and changing things. So when I'm done with it, to where I'm ready to just consistently use it, that's when it'll be added to the Kraken suite of indicators, which again is just $29 a month, lower than most people that charge for one indicator. So this is a great deal. It's a nice suite. Anyway, so I'll leave the Kraken suite, Kraken PO3 multiplier on there. You can choose different times and everything, but I'm not revealing all that right now. Just showing you the hourly candle. Okay, so for right now, if it comes back down, I will buy. And let's pull a fib from high to low here, and let's see where we'd be aiming for. So not sure I'd be aiming for the high here, but definitely into optimal trade entry. It's going to reverse. I'm actually bearish for the day. My bias was on this day, so I just want to see it pull back to at least 62 to 70% range. So I'll have my target here, and we'll see how that works. So all right. So let's buy one there. Let's put our. Let me put my thing on here. Let's put my stop loss down here, right there. And TP, let's go for straight 3 to 1. Actually, it should be right here at 300. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have a 3 to 1 ratio, 15-point stop. Why did I go 15 points? Well, I want to be below the breaker. So you can't add it more. You can add it to here to be 20, which should include this inversion fair value gap here, which is in the low of the candle. So let's just do that. Let's do it here like that. Let's do it 400 even. So perfect. Okay. So now it's 2.25 either way. Aiming for the middle, the 70.5. Let's turn off the Kraken visuals so get that off there. So this is how I'm normally trading live. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's do this. See how the wicks are going into the breaker, but not any of the body is closing into it. It can go up to the midpoint there, but I don't want to go anymore. So that's good. I'm liking that. We are getting some bearish fair value gaps in here, and we know that we had that 5-minute fair value gap, and now we have a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. So kind of want to make sure that as soon as we cross over into this, close above 50% of this 15-minute fair value gap, I'm gonna want to go break even because we know this can hit there and then it can come back down. I don't want to take a winner of $360 winner and create a loser, right? So we're gonna watch this. Now I have mine set so these Kraken visuals will be once they're traded through and closed through, they disappear. So I'm gonna watch some of these disappear here. See how that one disappeared? All right, so now we're over 50%. So I think I'm gonna go break even here because we're at 50%. And I'm gonna go break even and let's just go with $50 right there. Okay, so now it's risk-free trade. Why? Because we're in this 15-minute fair value gap and a bearish fair value gap and a 5-minute. This could just be a retracement to keep going lower. So I don't want to be caught in that. I want to at least get something out of it and preserve my capital. So if we get stopped out, I get stopped out. Like to close above the 15-minute, which would be great. Kind of cancel that out. Dang it. I see how that 15-minute fair value gap disappeared. So I like that. Oof, don't like that candle. Do not like that candle. I could very well get stopped out here. And that's fine. That's what I was worried about. Maybe fill in that 15-minute fair value gap and come back down. So, okay. Now we're at 15-minute fair value gap here. So I'll move my stop to the top of that. So it comes up there, I'll take $150. Okay, there you go. See how the rest of the hour goes. See how these candles, the power of 3 candles are opening here. So we wanted to see power of 3 open, low, high, close. So if we're on a bullish candle, if we're expecting a bullish candle, we want to buy below the wick, or in the wick, below the open rather, and sell at basically at the wick. Ideally, you want to go wick to wick. So on this candle, this 10 o'clock, or I'm sorry, this 9 o'clock candle, what you wanted to do was open, which is this blue dashed line here, high, you turtle soup, so you're short low, and then you'd close, wherever it closed. Okay, so that's the power 3 multiplier here. You're just seeing it right now. It's not completely done. It will be part of the Kraken suite of indicators here soon enough. Expecting sometime this week. I'm just waiting for the one minor issue to be resolved. Okay. Okay. And then we're going back down. All right, so this was just a pullback. Honestly, we went into middle of optimal trade entry. All right, so let's recap here. We started the 10 o'clock hour, and we saw that the 9:30 open basically was a Judas swing and took out liquidity, and then it sharply traded back down to fill the opening range gap basically from Friday, a close, to the open, that regular trading hours, that gap. Okay, so we were wanting to trade that, fill that in, it filled it in, and then we, we swept that low, turtle soup that low, and then we created a breaker block. We had a market structure shift. We had our breaker block there. We took an entry on our breaker block. Now, were we planning on going this high? No, we're overall bias is bearish. So we thought, well, it could be a pullback. We want to go to what? Optimal trade entry, right? Would be ideal scenario for us. And so we took our trade up to optimal trade entry. Now, at 0.62, we would have, if it would have just started falling, we probably would have, well, at that point we were right here anyway, so you would have taken $150, $130 in profit anyway, but you'd want to probably close it if it starts coming back down further. Kind of like this one, which was 2 candles and it was already down here, figuring we were already going to get stopped out, so we were already stuck. It wasn't like it delayed down here. So at this candle right here, this one would have taken us out had you moved your stop up too tight. You'd have been stopped out instead of letting it ride. So I've been going just a little bit, a couple points above, and leaving it. But this was only 2 candles that came down. Had there been a third in here, probably would have moved our stop and got stopped out. But this was a really sharp, quick drop down and then went right back up. So it was to take these swing lows and fill in this fair value gap and then go higher. So that's your silver bullet for Monday, April 29th, using the Kraken suite of indicators.